All right, so I originally had another video planned for today, but I was like, wouldn't it be cool if I gave an update from Thailand? So that's what I'm gonna do, is just give an update and talk about just how things have been going with me since I've been here. And like the TLDR is that things have been amazing. I actually really love it here. So I am filming from my hotel room, which I will give you a little bit of a tour of. You'll have to excuse the somewhat poor video quality, but I didn't bring a video camera. But this is my hotel room here in Chiang Mai. So that's where I'm at here. And you can see outside here, we have the balcony and a pool down there, which I've never used. And then over here, it's like tucked in an alley. So it is a little bit more private. So there's not a lot of noise, which is really cool. As opposed to Bangkok, which is really noisy and really, really freaking busy. So this is where I'm at now, Chiang Mai. But I started my trip off in Bangkok, and that was, so when I first got here to Bangkok, it was a super overwhelming experience because I have never been in a major city like that before. By far the biggest city I've ever been in. And because there was just a culture shock of no one was speaking English, and I didn't know what to order when it came to like ordering food at street vendors. That's the other kind of thing that's unique about Thailand, is as opposed to like people going to restaurants, which I mean they do, but a lot of people will just get food from these street vendors. And coming from the US, it's like if I see someone who had like a street vendor, I wouldn't think it'd be that good. But the street vendors here are phenomenal. I mean, you get the best food from there. And so I've gotten amazing, I've gotten some pretty basic Thai dishes, let's be real. I started off getting like chicken fried rice, the typical pad Thai, pad krapao, but all of those were just sensational from the street vendors. And I wish I could like share videos and photos with you, but I don't have a way to do this because I'm just filming this on my phone and uploading it. So that was a lot of what I did in Bangkok. Was I just kind of like ate so much food. It was really hot, so truthfully, like my appetite wasn't that great to start off with, because it was they use centigrade here, so I always have to do the conversion in my head. But I think it was 40 degrees centigrade, which is really damn hot. Like Thailand's been having a heat wave apparently, and I was feeling it because I sweat every day, every time I walk outside. But it's been a really cool experience. Another thing that I've noticed since being here is people are so friendly. They're so friendly. And a lot of Thai people do speak at least some English, so I can get by here fine. And I've learned some very, very basic Thai phrases like hello is sawadikap, and how are you is sabai di mai, and thank you kapung kap. So I've learned like a lot of, well, not a lot, but I've learned just like a few Thai things because I do want to like, I don't know, try to embrace the culture at least as well as I can with my limited time here. So yeah, what else did I do in Bangkok? I went to some of the temples. So I went to Grand Palace, and but I'll be honest, like I probably shouldn't say this because I don't know if I'm being monitored, but Grand Palace wasn't my favorite. It was very busy and it looked really cool, but it was so packed that it was really hard to enjoy it. I think there's a drunk person on the alley. I'm hearing a lot of screaming. But then I went to a couple other temples called Wat Po and Wat Arun, and those were phenomenal. Very, very like amazing temples to look at, and they were less busy, which made it far more enjoyable to experience. So I did that. I basically spent a week in Bangkok. They have so many malls, and I mean gargantuan malls. 9-level malls. I've never seen anything like it. You could spend weeks just going through the malls. Now, I'm not like a big shopper, but the thing that I really like about the shopping malls is that usually on the ground floor, they'll have a huge food market that you can get lunch or dinner from. And it's kind of like, well, it kind of simulates the street food experience that you get outside, but in a nice AC environment. And it's also cheap. So basically, if you don't know, their currency is Thai baht, B-A-H-T, and $1 is about 36 Thai baht. And I can get a dish of, like, I can get chicken pad thai for about 55 baht. So that would be maybe like $1.50. Now, it's not a huge portion, but I can get a couple different dishes, and I actually like that I get smaller portions because I can do and try all sorts of different dishes, which is really what I wanted. Because if I got a massive portion of one thing, I wouldn't be able to try as many things, obviously. So yeah, the mall experience in Bangkok was crazy. I'm trying to think what else that I did in Bangkok. I probably should have wrote some things down. No, it was really fun, and I have met quite a few locals and even a couple foreigners as well. I will say, like, I was a little lazy in my time in Bangkok. I probably could have done more than what I did, but I did like the main touristy things, which was the temple, and I did like a boat ride up and down the Chao Phraya River to do those temple tours, and went to a cool rooftop bar. Yeah, that takes me to Chiang Mai. So then I took an hour flight north to Chiang Mai, which is where I'm at now. And I love Chiang Mai. And I love it because it's kind of like similar to the town that I live in the US. Like, it's a smaller town, but still a lot to do. In fact, I would argue I don't want to say that maybe I want to say there's more to do here. Maybe there's more to do here that appeals to me. Maybe that's what it is. And so I've been enjoying my time here. And the thing that's really cool, I can't show you, otherwise I would, but there's like, you can see the mountain peaks in the background. It kind of reminds me of like Asheville, North Carolina. Like, you have the city center, but then in the skyline you see like these mountains. And so like today I took a bus tour, met some people from Serbia, Brazil, Canada, other places too, the Netherlands, and we did a bus tour to the highest point in Thailand, which is called Doi Inthanon. I probably pronounced that wrong. Really cool spot where you can just like overlook the mountainish region of northern Thailand. Phenomenal, wonderful. So I did that. I've done a lot more cultural things in Chiang Mai than I did in Bangkok, and I think there's also just more availability. Like, I did a cooking class, which I have a cookbook from here, and this is dope. Like, okay, this was so good because I didn't realize how simple it is to make really good Thai food. Now, the reason why it's hard to make good Thai food in America is because they use these very unique ingredients like kaffir limes. Never even heard of that before. And lemongrass I've heard of, but that's not like super widely available. The other thing is galangal here. That's used in curries, I think. Is that what this says? It's in the ginger family, and I think it's used for curries. Yeah, it adds fragrance and flavor to many Thai dishes. So I learned to make a lot of different Thai dishes, and they were phenomenal. Oh my God. And so few ingredients. So I'll definitely be taking home some Thai cooking with me, or the skills to make Thai food. So that was really cool. And there was something else that I did as well. Let me think. I did the cooking class. Oh my God, of course. I walked with elephants. That was the other thing. So I took a bus ride and I met some really cool people, again, from like all over the world, and we walked with elephants. And this was a super ethical elephant sanctuary called Elephant Nature Park, and we made food and we fed the elephants. We were able to touch the elephants, which was cool. We walked with them, and they weren't chained. It's a nature park, so it's a sanctuary. In fact, this organization rescues elephants from like riding camps and things like that. And so the elephants that we were walking with were all older, senior elephants. Like they were 60, 70-year-old elephants. And so we were walking with them in the jungle, and they were just doing their thing. Like there was no it was acres and acres of land. They didn't even have to follow us if they didn't want to, but they did because we had the secret ingredient of bananas in a satchel. And so the elephants would follow us around because they knew that we had bananas in our satchel, and their not little trunks, their massive trunks would like fish their way on my body to try to find the bananas, and then you literally just like give the banana in their trunk and they swoop it up. Again, I wish I could put a video on here, but I have nothing to edit this video with, so maybe at a later time I can do that. So yeah, that was a once in a lifetime experience. Also the most expensive thing that I did, but definitely 5,000% worth the money. It was just so freaking cool to be able to do that. And speaking of expensive, Thailand is the opposite of expensive. Oh my God. I already talked about the food, but like the hotels are really cheap, especially in Chiang Mai compared to Bangkok. I'd say Chiang Mai is probably half the price of Bangkok for most things. Like this hotel room that I showed you, this is like a king suite here, and this is $45 US a night, and it includes breakfast, which I love. Because I'll be honest, out of all the things that I've done, or all the things that I've tasted, I don't like Thai breakfast, because Thai breakfast is basically like hot soup, at least from what I've seen. And I do not want hot soup for breakfast. I want not that. So my hotel, I can just get like eggs, bacon, toast, and coffee. Or I've been getting Americanos. And yeah, so that is pretty much what I've been doing in Chiang Mai. And then for the rest of my time here, I'm actually about to go to a Saturday night market once I sign off of here to go get dinner. It's like this massive market that's like stretches a mile long, and it's just all these vendors that sell food, different merchandise, and all sorts of stuff. So I'll be doing that, and my plan is to go to some islands after this. Although I'll be honest, I'm really liking Chiang Mai, so I might extend my stay here a little bit longer. And then I'm going to be going to Koh Samui, Koh Phangan, I think is what it's called, for their full moon party, which is going to be nuts. I haven't been to a party like that since Ultra Music Festival in 2012, so I don't know if my body's ready for that, but I'm going to try. I'm going to go for it. Damn it, I'm ready for it. So I'm going to do that. And then beyond that, I might get scuba certified, because Thailand's the cheapest place to do that. And it was just something I had an interest in, and kind of go from there. But yeah, it has been a really cool, just an incredible trip. Now, like, it's not perfect. Like, when you're solo traveling, it does get lonely, right? At times, but that's where I have to step out of my comfort zone and go out and meet someone. Like yesterday, I went out to a bar at night, and with the sole intention of just like seeing if I could meet some people. And I met some amazing people at the bar. Really nice people, one person from China and another person who lived in Chiang Mai. It's so easy to meet people here. Like, even as someone with social anxiety, I can even meet people. It's like, it's really hard. Unless you like lock yourself away in your hotel room, it is super easy to meet people here. and that is so cool. And like I'm still keeping in contact with people through like WhatsApp. I was sort of worried about that I wouldn't meet a lot of people here, and that's been so easy. And the locals have been so nice and friendly and welcoming. And if I'm lost and have no idea where I'm going, they try to help me out, even if their English isn't that good. And so yeah, it's been really good. I'm trying to think if there's like anything else that hasn't been so great. The only thing that hasn't been so great is that it's a very cash dominant society, and I had like a little ATM card snafu where I couldn't deposit money, but that's a boring thing to talk about, so I'm not going to talk about that. But it is a very cash dominant society. But yeah, this is such a dope trip. If you've never been to Thailand, I highly recommend it, because it would be impossible not to have a good time, I think. Again, unless you confine yourself in your hotel room, you can just get lost and walk around. That's the other thing. I know this video is super long. I don't care. Thailand is so safe. Now I know like not every city is without its crime, and I'm sure there's probably some here. But I'm going to tell you, I have stumbled down some really dark alleys and some really quiet roadways, and nothing happens. In fact, if I do pass someone, they usually just say "Sawadee-kap" or the hello in Thai, and I go along my way. Like I've never felt unsafe here. Now I still keep my wits about me, right? Because that doesn't mean you can just let your guard down all the time. But I feel more comfortable walking around this city, and even Bangkok for that matter, than I do walking around the American city that I live in, Virginia. So I don't know, it's just pretty crazy, because like when I first got here, I was on like really high alert. I'm like, I don't know what's going on, I don't know how safe this is. And then you just sort of like, when you realize how welcoming and friendly people are, it just kind of like, I don't know, it just relaxes you. And so I highly recommend it, because it's just such a, especially if you live in America, like Americans are on a whole fairly nice, but I don't know, here it just feels different. It just feels very different in a very good way. So yeah, I think that's my update. So if you've been curious about what life has been like for me here in Thailand, it's 2 thumbs up. It's absolutely 2 thumbs up. And I can't wait for what the rest of it has in store for me. And I really hope you're doing well, whatever's going on in your life. I don't have anything else. Have a fantastic day. Have a fantastic night. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.